We've got a big discussion today. We're moving on with the LIV talk because I got a comment on our last video and it really got my wheels spinning. The comment was something along the lines of, what if Tiger Woods signs with the LIV? And I was like, really? I mean, seriously, like you could literally steal the PGA Tour with a name like that for sure. So is he going to go or not? I'm not.
Let's go first with that number is looking to be $8 billion with a B.
Well, in our last video, too, we talked a little bit about, does he have a number? Everyone's got a number, right? If you got offered a certain amount of money, you probably would say yes to about anything if it was that number. You mean to tell me that a bill isn't in Tiger Woods? Like, what do you got to offer a guy? You know what I mean?
That's what I think, too. And the thing about everybody has a number, but when you're sitting here with the estimates you already have one bill, maybe even as much as 1.7, it's a little bit easier to not worry about that next billion.
Well, I can't imagine that you really need more money if you got $1 billion. I mean, I guess for him, if he says no, what, legacy's more important? He's pretty close to taking the lead in all the tours. What were the stats?
Well, he's tied for the most tour wins,
right?
And then he's 3 short of the major wins. So you got to be thinking, I'm really close to being the GOAT. I don't want to just give that up. That's your legacy for your life. And I mean, Sam Snead is I don't know if he's even alive right now, but he still is tied with Tiger with tournament wins. So that legacy has gone on for years and decades.
But the crazy thing to think though is, does the guy have it in the tank to even be able to compete anymore? Or is it going to be a leisure sport for him? He keeps getting injury after injury. Is he even going to be able to achieve those type of legacy moves, those big wins that he needs? And if he can't, don't you just sign the check, get a little bit of fun?
There's kind of 2 parts to that, though, is he has the skill if he can make the comeback. The other part of that might be, if you weed out a few of these hot shots, I think I can do this.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if I was sitting back thinking the same thing, you lose a couple more of these top-name guys, injuries happen to other people as well. Maybe you can sneak out a couple wins here and there that maybe you wouldn't have been able to get to, but I just don't know, because if he actually signed with the LIV, I would think that you would have zero pressure in your golf game. As far as, of course, you're competitive, you want to win some tournaments. I'm not exactly saying that, but to have the idea that you're not going to win those majors, you've crossed that bridge, you're moving on with your life kind of a deal. If you didn't really think you could win deep down, there's that point in everyone's life when they get a little bit older where they got to find happiness again. So if you realize you're not going to achieve some of these goals, to go out in a different branch and have a different mindset is pretty relieving in a sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he goes over to the LIV Tour, he plays in a couple tournaments a year. He gets paid a crap load of money. He's going to be on the face of every TV deal in the world again, just showing you, like, hey, look at Tiger's out again. Tiger is the most influential person, probably side by side with Michael Jordan, if not higher than Michael Jordan in his era. So
he is that. He is the Michael Jordan. And the PGA Tour, it's kind of like he built it. He didn't, but he is the face of that. Everybody talks about Tiger.
Do you think that if he even flirted with the concept, just had a little press conference before a tournament, I've been thinking about it. They've made quite an offer, hard to turn down, leaves it like that. All the media goes and runs rampant with, oh, God, is Tiger going to leave? Is Tiger going to leave? Do you think the PGA Tour would offer him bukus of money to hold the name in the PGA?
I don't think the PGA has that kind of money, but I would say what they've done is I read an article this morning that said they're going to maybe start doing like $20 million purse for a tournament. That's never been done and that I know of. So they're kind of trying to say, we got to get in this game, and apparently it's money. May not be to him, but that may trickle down to the other guys thinking about leaving.
Well, more competition is going to change the way that the pay towards the players is going to be. There's no doubt about it. If you want to compete with a big checkbook, you're going to have to change the game a little bit. And I think the PGA Tour will continue to change things quite a bit in the next 6-7 months. But you can't get over the mindset that Tiger Woods could truly be the only sign that the LIV needs next to solidify them lasting for years and years, right?
I think if he were to go, it would be crazy, chaotic. Now, the other side of that is he said, I'm not going. So I think that would really, I don't know where that's going to lead him. But of course, you know what? He's Tiger, and people are going to say, okay, I'll go. I'll follow you.
But if he gets a little bit older, realizes, like I said just a minute, if he realizes those majors may not happen for him, he's got too many injuries, I don't know. You don't think he's got a price tag still?
Why not? I mean, we all do, don't we? Come on.
The $1 billion offer. Like, what's that phone call even like?
And, you know, for a lot of us who say, now, $5 million's a lot of money. Come on. That's, that sets you up. Oh, well, he's got plenty of money. You know that his tournament wins is $127 million. He's worth $1 billion because of his endorsements and appearances and all that other stuff. But, we'll see another $1 billion. You know that $100 million yacht I've been looking at?
Well, it's kind of crazy, though, is because these guys are getting basically guaranteed money. It's just come play in our tournament, and here's a check. So there's talk about the best endorsement deal that you could possibly have. Now, does it tarnish his name in the PGA, you think, if he actually did take that deal?
I think it would. I think that's what he's afraid of. I think it still goes back to, it would be interesting to see if he could win 3 majors this year or some, say in over 2 or 3 years he gets those records, then what else is there? I don't know.
The other point of view to approach this from, though, is, if you take Tiger Woods, not exactly built the PGA, definitely didn't, right? It's been around for decades and decades and decades. Huge golf players, that have been around that people look up to, right? But when Tiger Woods hit the course, it was the first time that people that don't golf watched Tiger play. Expanded the reach of the PGA. No one could argue that. Tiger Woods basically created golf for the average Joe. Do you think he's got anything in him that maybe, just maybe, he could create a legacy in LIV? He could bring that much attention, and he has any, if there's anything in the tank, anything inside him, it's like, I could actually create a whole nother golf league by going over here. Those sides of it is like an ego kind of a thing. You don't think any of that will play into it?
I don't know. A little bit more controversy to throw in the ring here is Charles Barkley said the guy's never happy. That was kind of controversial, but Charles. But is that going to make him happy? What is going to satisfy him, maybe mentally and financially? I don't know.
Hard to say. Hey, jump in the comments and let us know what you think. It's kind of an interesting topic. It sure would be pretty cool if he shook up the whole sport like that. But I get the legacies. I get the back and forth. I get that he's close. But, can he actually get it done? Maybe he really is looking at couple more of these hot shots headed over there.
The reality, I think he can get the championship record. I don't know about the majors. And maybe at that point he'll go, you know what? I already do have a legacy. Let's go over here and cash in.
Yeah.